They were just hanging out in your child's room with the door closed, in the bed, half dressed.
This tape that's being shopped around, a Diddy and another male, they say the other male is an A-list celebrity.
And there's a few I can come up with. Will Smith.
Picture this. A couple of folks chilling in your kid's bedroom, door shut tight, sprawled on the bed in barely their clothes. Then comes the next clip lighting up social
At a birthday party that I think either Matt Damon was giving for Ben Affleck. It was just a little gathering. They was at the Four Seasons. Will Smith and his sister and her husband, we were
feeds. A steamy scene with Dee and some other guy, whispered to be an A-list heavyweight. Names like Will Smith pop into mind quick. Jada Pinkett Smith's marriage meltdown with Will didn't erupt in a vacuum. It brewed from years of hush scandals, overlooked.
all sitting on this side of the room. Matt Damon, Ben Affleck, Jennifer Lopez, Puff, Will Smith, and Jada, and it was sitting on the other side of the room. So
ties and mounting strain that only cracked open under federal scrutiny. Word on the street's been electric lately, especially as Diddy's heat turned up and Gene Deal spilled tea that reframed dusty old clips in a sinister light. Rumor has it Jada's now under the microscope for old links to.
I know Puff so well that he stood up. When he stood up, he walked and did his arm some kind of way, like, and then he went like this, like that. I went over to
Diddy's alleged underworld, right alongside Will, with feds digging into claims of mistreatment toward Brecker Gray, Jaden Smith, and even Jennifer Lopez. Kick things off with the Jada low angle. Back when Diddy was tight with her, he got wind that Will and Jada were circling too close. Tensions so
towards him. I know to go over there towards him. So I go towards him. And he said to me, he said, yo, I think Will and Jada is trying to scoop up Jennifer. I want you to stay close because I'm a snuff.
thick he braced for fists to fly. We'd gathered for what I recall as a low-key bash, maybe Matt Damon's nod to Ben Affleck, at the Four Seasons. On one side, Will Smith with his sis and her man. Across the room, Matt Damon, Ben Affleck, J.Lo, Puff, and Jada holding court.
I said to myself, Will Smith gonna beat the shit out you. Now, Puff could scrap now. But
I know Puff's moves like my own shadow. He rose, shot his arm in that signature flare, then beckoned me over subtle-like. I sidle up and he hits me with, yo, feels like Will and Jada are angling for Jennifer. Stick near, I might have to snuff him out. My brain's yelling weeds.
I don't think he could beat Will Smith. You know what I'm saying? But he could scrap. You know what I'm saying? So then he said that shit. So I didn't go back over there where Will Smith's sister and her husband was. I stayed about, if he snuffed Will, I could move slow enough that Will could probably get 2 or 3 punches back in. Yeah, but that shit was funny. He thought that Jada and Will was coming on too strong to Jennifer, making advances.
Still mopped the floor with him, though. Puff could throw hands back then, sure, but taking Will Smith? Nah. He can brawl, no doubt. So, I plant myself strategic, not heading back to Will's crew, but close enough that if Puff swung, Will could land a solid 2 or 3 before I jumped in. Hilarious in hindsight. Dude straight up clocked Jada, and Will coming
Listen, 10 years ago to deal with my depression. Yeah. And it knocked it out.
Something Jada says she can speak to from personal experience.
What it does, unlike just going to therapy and putting people on Prozac, right? Which I did that too.
Which that is not successful for so many people.
And that's the thing. So for me, I had struggled with depression for so long. You know, I mean, crippling depression. So the thing about the plant medicine is that not only does it help you feel better, but it helps you solve the problems of how you got there in the first place.
On heavy to Jade at low. That tale just stoked the wildfire chats around their wildly non-traditional bond. Jada laid it bare in her book, dropping the bomb that she and Will had gone their separate ways in 2016.
Yeah. Well,
You called her a dope fiend.
Yeah, I called her ball-headed dope fiend, without question. I told her she better sue me because
she said to TMZ when they asked her when she left the Breakfast Club,
yes,
she looked. They was like, "Well, what do you got to say?" And she was like, "We're suing. We're suing." And I was just like, "Okay,
right."
That's been about 2 years.
Yeah,
and we haven't gotten a lawsuit yet.
No.
Yeah, the only person we got sued by during that year was Kevin Hart,
and I was involved with that, which was crazy.
And that lawsuit is nowhere to be found.
Right? Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Right. So,
absolutely. With no merit. So what's crazy is that Jada did the Breakfast Club, just for people who don't know or want to go back and see, because it's been 2 years since I've been seen or heard of or anything.
Yeah.
7 years back, no legal split, but a full emotional divorce all the same. The shocker that had me double-checking pages? They chose total independence that year. Will later broke it down. Neither one's gig was to fix the other's joy. Own your happiness, then link up from there. Divorce? Off the table. They'd tough it out together, mess and all. In his memoir chats and that GQ spread, Will owned up to both of them stepping out during rough patches. That sparked wild theories of a darker path, freak-offs, even pimping folks out, leaving wreckage emotional and otherwise. More on that deeper in. Black Twitter long ago grabbed Jada's August Alsina saga. She aired it raw on Red Table Talk in 2020. Private till it wasn't, she said, amid a brutal stretch where she'd booted Will and fallen into an entanglement. A full-on thing, no less. The show thrived on that unfiltered vibe, and Jaden's segment stirred fresh drama. Jada shared how she turned him on to alternative healing amid her depression battle years prior. He dove into plant therapies, think psychedelics, for that deep emotional reset. I got into plant medicine a decade ago. It nuked my depression, Jada reflected, unlike therapy or Prozac letdowns for so many. Hers was the soul-crushing kind, voices in her head dictating her worth. Those plants didn't just lift the fog, they unpacked the roots. First time, ego just dissolved. Pure shift. Hits when life's jammed by trauma, bottled feelings, or ego walls blocking your voice. Imagine plant medicine as a master key, shattering those stubborn barriers to reveal hidden truths beyond. Guided by skilled experts, it skyrockets your shot at that profound, almost otherworldly breakthrough. No shock here. Jaden Smith reportedly cut ties completely, bolting from his folks' place and legally standing on his own. What drives a kid to flee the nest so fiercely? He once quipped about scraping cash to snag his parents' mansion, then boot them to a cozy backyard pad. Whispers from voices like Jaguar Wright paint a darker picture. Claims will preyed on Jaden. Even wilder, some point to TV moments as glaring evidence splashed nationwide. A cozy chat turns heads when Will plants one on Jaden. Raw affection or a red flag. The unease ripples wider. It's not just their kids allegedly scarred. Will's former ride-or-die pal unleashes gut-wrenching claims of the Smiths luring innocent guys into twisted setups, poisoning their home with chaos around minors. Word is, thieves swiped 2 hard drives from Jada's spot, fueling her fury. She'd plug in at house parties, laptop to TV, binging clips of her and Will tangled with celebs and strangers. One slip-up, she threatened exposure of his dildo antics if he didn't back off. He fired back with his own suit. Picture her lost in the glow, sky-high, oblivious to kids nearby, chasing her high. That's how the tape surfaced. Jaw-dropping scenes with A-listers that scarred the viewer deep. Tensions boiled when Bilal called Jada out raw. He dared her. Sue or face the spill on what he'd witnessed. Crickets on her end led to his lawsuit, then a sudden bolt from the U.S. That Breakfast Club clapback? Pure heat after his global roast went viral, Arabic feeds, India, everywhere. He dropped truths backed by proof. Her TMZ snap, "We're suing." Fizzled over 2 years. Her lawyers cease and desist? Straight to the bar for him. Jada's hasty claims of extortion sans facts now boomerang legally on her and Will. Ongoing suits gag his lips publicly, but courts loom large. He hints Jaden's early split ties to creepy vibes around Will's circle, like pal Charlie Mack, federally flagged, allegedly crossing lines with the boy. That's the alleged emancipation spark. Crown jewel of shock. Jada, they say, eyed silencing him Diddy style. Fernando, his Columbia wheelman, spots black-clad goons, Scientology vibes. Lurking by his pad, post a creepy door pick text. One drive-by. Masked thug tries running them off unfenced roads. Pieces scream setup, threats closing in tight. Chaos erupted in an instant. One wrong swerve on those treacherous mountain drops, and you're tumbling into oblivion. Your driver guns it to dodge disaster. But nope. Impact shatters glass. The world flips wildly, and suddenly your buddy's got a massive shard lodged in his skull from the busted windshield. Recovery's a grind. Cops swarm. Ambulances haul you off. Back wrecked needing surgery. Knee mangled too. Pure nightmare fuel, leaving scars that linger. With Diddy rotting in a cell over atrocities, spotlights swing wide, no longer solo on him, but scorching everyone orbiting his world for decades. Jada Pinkett Smith's name echoes loudest in the fallout, per Gene Deal, because she and Will might star in his infamous freak-off footage. That viral clip hawked around? Diddy tangled with a mystery dude, Buzz pegging him as prime A-list. Pondering black heavyweights topping Diddy's clout? Will Smith leaps first, maybe Nick Cannon. Slim pickings beyond. Diddy's Rolodex stretched Hollywood's elite too. That Rat Pack crew, Kushner whispers, Leonardo vibes, plus untold tapes floating out there, some allegedly filthy with minors. Curiosity burns without wanting the visuals. Truth bombs could shatter everything. Will and Jada weren't fringe players. They thrived in Diddy's velvet rope realm. Exclusive bashes, power player lounges where insiders swear unspeakable acts hid in plain sight. Gene muses the tape's guy might skew white, youngish, Bieber-sized fame. Paths all collided in those shadows. Jaguar Wright peels back layers on the Smith's core, insisting Jada pulled Will deep into Diddy's web where public outrage bait went casual. Slapgate wisdom? Will chuckled at Chris Rock's barb like the crowd, until Jada's glare flipped his switch, Manchurian Candidate style. Plant medicines act like skilled wrecking balls, smashing through mental roadblocks to uncover profound insights waiting just out of sight. Teaming up with seasoned guides dramatically boosts the odds of unlocking that transformative, almost magical shift. Jaden Smith's bold move to ditch his parents' home and claim legal independence raises eyebrows for a reason. Why bolt so decisively from family? He once joked about bankrolling their dream house purchase, only to relegate them to a quaint backyard unit. Jaguar Wright and others fuel darker theories, suggesting we'll cross lines with Jaden, backed by cringeworthy TV clips of overly intimate father-son moments broadcast for all to see. Affectionate displays, or something more sinister. The fallout spares no one in the Smith household, with ex-insiders alleging a toxic vibe ensnaring not just kids but outsiders too, fostering wildly inappropriate scenes amid minors. Thieves nabbed 2 hard drives from Jada's pad, igniting her rage. She'd sync her laptop to TVs at gatherings, screening raw footage of her, Will, and celeb cohorts in compromising chaos. Threats flew both ways. Her dildo dirt warning met his lawsuit vow, all witnessed firsthand. Lost in her high, she'd tune out the world, kids included, fueling exposures of star-studded depravity that left viewers reeling. Bilal's public showdown dared Jada to sue over his explosive claims. Her silence prompted his legal strike, followed by a swift U.S. exit. Her fiery Breakfast Club retort chased his worldwide interview roast, viral from Arabic streams to India, where backed truths clashed with her empty, suing, bluster over 2 years. Cease and desist from her attorney, reported to the bar on site. Hasty extortion accusations sans proof now legally haunt her and Will, while suits muzzle public bombshells. Jaden's emancipation allegedly stems from Will's buddy Charlie Mack, federal informant whispers, crossing unforgivable lines with the teen. Most chilling, Jada allegedly plotted his takedown Diddy style, as Fernando's Colombia rides uncovered suited lurkers near his door, eerie texts, and a masked driver-by ambush on sheer drop roads. One false move sends rigs careening down mountainsides. Your wheelman floors it to evade, but collision rains glass. Tumbling wreckage pins a shard deep in his skull from the shattered windshield. Aftermath drags on. Police, medics, surgeries for wrecked back and knee. Nightmare etched permanent. Diddy's cell time cracks the circle wide open. Longtime allies like Jada and will dominate chatter, Gene Deal hints, as potential stars in his freak-off archives. That pedal tape of Diddy with an A-list enigma sparks guesses. Black titans like Will or Nick Cannon top Diddy's draw. Hollywood's Rat Pack. Kushner echoes, Leo nods. Hints broader reels. Some underage horrors rumored loose. No fringe dwellers. The Smiths owned Diddy's inner sanctum. Private soirees. Power dens hiding atrocities insiders normalized. Tape guy skews young white. Bieber scale? Overlaps abound. Jaguar unmasks their dynamic. Jada dragged Will into that web where outrage passed as elite norm. Oscars slap? Will laughed with the crowd. Her stare triggered the puppet snap. Manchurian echo. Crowds hailed Will's defense, clinging to their marriage myth. But Jaguar insists elite enclaves rewrite rules. Diddy's shield, Jada's comfort zone, where alarm bells ring as growth. Tupac parallels crumble post her Alcina fling. Social media bombshell. 13-year-old Willow bedded with a shirtless 22-year-old dude. Door locked, half undressed. Just chilling. 3 gut checks. Age gap? Solo? Kids room closed? Pure red flags. Shotgun territory. Who snapped that pic? Willow's art. Defense amid red table hair chops and older flings paints predatory Saturday nights for him. Innocent frolic for her. Door kick prompt. Smith's damage ripples beyond bloodlines. Will dodges accountability for youths warped under his wing. Bashir Gray. August Alsina. Jaden. Echoing Bilal's lost voice clip. Jaguar spots trauma trails in their protégés. Camera-caught meltdowns, feuds, instability. Not random, but scars. Bashir's plea? Chasing club acceptance from his poisoners. Gaslit with next year, bait, Illuminati-style downfall looming. She tried pulling him clear, urging safe exits, but image hawks blocked. Diddy's web? Enablers galore, parents, execs, celeb clans like the Smiths greasing access. No accidents. Tapes exist with Jaden. Justin witnessing Lil Diddy deeds on Bashir. Baby oil dread averted? Charlie's coke-fueled bipolar/ADHD sabotage on Jaden? Motherly fail. Philly roots exposed. Justice for Bashir. Jaden? Spotlight swells on enablers as Moran Morelli. Abuse survivor. Flag signs she once fought to halt.